Okay, ready. Good evening, guys, and you're welcome to the with Grace and Madam EMILIA BYWATERS. We're so excited to have Madam EMILIA with us today, and thank you guys for joining on the 10-cent meeting and those joining live on Instagram too. I'm so glad to have you all. And yes, let's continue. Let's start. Madam EMILIA, please tell us a bit about yourself. Who are you?
Well, I am. It's funny. It's funny how when we describe ourselves, we always begin with a job.
Yeah.
I'm so used to saying I am a math teacher.
Yes.
But my name is Emilia Bywaters. My name in French is Emilienne. So friends that I grew up with, when you say Emilia, they don't know who you're talking about because my name in French is Emilienne. But anyway, I am a math and science teacher of 37 years, and I was born in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yeah. So I have a book that I know everybody about. So I started this tradition with piano. So I'm gonna continue. I'm just gonna have like keynotes about you in my book here. So everything that I learn is gonna go right here.
Yeah. So you are a book girl, a writer. I'm more of a typing. I usually type on my phone.
Yeah. But, that's great. Yeah, listening to you more about.
Yeah. So anyway,
born in Congo.
Yeah, I was born in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where our native language is French.
Great.
And I moved to America at the age of 16 with zero word of English.
Oh my God. I can imagine. How was
back
that?
in the 70s.
Back in the 70s.
Before any of you in this group was born.
Oh yeah, I guess even probably before my parents was born.
So if you do your math,
yeah.
1977 exactly.
Okay, yeah. If I do my math, and I'm not good at math, I would say that makes you 60 years or 61 years young. Yeah, that's what it makes you.
62.
Oh,
62 actually. Yeah.
You look no age past 35, 40. I would have never known. Really,
thank you so much.
Really,
thank you so much.
Really. Amazing. So I
went to school in America and I became a teacher there. And back in 2015, I decided, hey, I'm just gonna, after I retired from teaching in America, in Texas, I decided, I don't want to sit at home, do nothing.
Yeah.
So I decided to move to China. Yeah.
Amazing. And you moved to China in
2015. Yeah.
Wow. So one, I can see two moves, right? The first move was when you were young and moving to US with no prior background in English. And then the second move, I don't know, did you learn Chinese? Also
I still do not know how to speak Chinese. Oh my God.
Also with no background in Chinese. So I see
before I came to China, I was always so proud when they asked me, how many languages do you speak? I would just proudly say, I speak 7 languages. And I'm here in China to learn my 8th one. 8 years later, I still just say ni hao.
Oh my God. Okay. You got yourself a Chinese teacher. I'm gonna teach you.
Yay.
Yeah.
谢谢。
不用学，太客气了。So I would like to ask, with all this, I see two moves, right? First from Congo to US, and then from US to China. And then what would you say is the biggest thing about moving? What inspires you to move? What calms your fears when moving? Like, what is the thing that makes you like comfortable about the change, or even if not comfortable? Yeah.
Well, number one, I actually hate moving.
Okay.
Even like right now, I'm sitting in my apartment right now. Unless I'm really like forced to move to a different job or whatever, I really dislike packing and moving.
Yeah.
Like I said, I moved here because I retired from teaching in Texas, and
Yeah.
I also was divorced. So I thought, let me just get out of Houston. Let me go somewhere where I can just start over, whatever. Yeah. So
Great. It was more
that's
the adventure and the resilience to change, because you've done it before. So it was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it again.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well, actually, I also, when I was teaching in America, I spent 22 years taking my students to Europe. We went to name a European country. We've been there. Of course,
amazing.
France.
Wow.
France, because the native language there is French.
Yes, French.
And
French. Yeah.
yeah, because I was born in Congo. That's my
Yes.
native language.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, we went to England, Switzerland, Italy, Greece,
Nice.
Spain, Portugal. So
Yep.
every year we would go to a different country for 22 years. So that's when I thought, hey, wait a minute. I've never been in Asia. That's what brought me here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. That's really nice. So the excitement to explore what's out here in
Yeah.
Asia also. Yeah. So I would just go deep dive, because I like to ask about family, because I feel like family lifestyle, how we were brought up, especially with your roots in Congo, it makes a lot of sense to who we are now. And we cannot deny the roles of how our environments and how we were brought up impacts us, right? So I would like to ask, um, what were your two fondest memories growing up in Congo? Yeah.
Well, I was born in a village, which I'm very proud to
I know.
admit
Yes.
that, sometimes my brothers and sisters, they will say, please, Emilia, stop telling people we were
You were
born in a
born in a
village.
village. I know, right?
And for the life of me, I don't understand why. I am so proud to be born in the village. Everything that I am today, I learned most of it from that village of mine. And so it doesn't bother me. But I have to admit though, the best moment in that village came when one day my late sister, Yvonne Bywaters, who took us all to America, she and her husband, Mr. Joe Bywaters, they came to the village in their Land Rover and when they landed to our house, they said, Emilienne, we are going to take you to the city. You're going to go. I think I was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
That's the memory. I was like, yes,
Yes,
no more
finally I get to
village
go to
life.
the
No more
city.
village life.
No
Yeah.
more
I
village.
was so excited because the reason why I was excited because I was so tired of putting things on my head.
Oh yeah.
And going to the forest with my mom, and I don't walk fast enough. Everyone would make fun of me. I would always be the last one walking.
Yeah.
So all that village life was just too much for me.
Yeah, too overbearing. So it was like, yay.
So I was excited to go to the city. Yeah. That's my
amazing.
finest memory. Yeah.
Amazing. I love to hear about childhoods, because I think those, like that shows me the adventure started even before moving to America. Before moving there, it was like the excitement to experience something new. It wasn't the, oh my God, what is gonna happen in the city? It's like, yay, I finally get to get out of here. So I think that's really beautiful. And what would you say was an event that took place that like really shaped your mindset as an adult? Like what?
Well, I guess I can attribute that to malnutrition, lack of food, because in those tiny little villages in Congo, the parents, they took their children and they took them to a boarding school, a Catholic boarding school. So they're at the boarding school. I believe today, when I think about it, things are so backwards. The little children, the elementary kids had to cook for themselves.
Oh my
but
God.
Then the high school students ate in the cafeteria. So because we struggle so much for lack of food. I remember one time my hair turned yellow, my eyes were yellow for lack of vitamins. So the one thing that shook me one day, I had been starving for like 1 week, very frail. I went and I knocked on the door of the Catholic nuns.
Yeah.
And I said, I basically accused them of being hypocrites. I said, I have been starving. I go to your school. I haven't eaten in 1 week. And you all pray to God. I demand food now.
Now.
A
Oh my
little
God.
12-year-old, a little 12-year-old very assertively asked for food. And so all that experience of lacking food in the boarding school, I believe when I went to America and I saw the abundance of food, I'm sorry to admit, but I was just like, I started overeating. And now I am twice the size that I was in high school. So that kind of bothered me. Because I always in the back of my mind always say, all that starvation that I experienced, I'm gonna make it up and start eating, overeating, but that's not good. Yeah.
I really feel that point of how the experiences we go through as kids stay with us even as we grow up. Like you can, as you vividly describe, like starvation, and even to the point of it affecting the quality of your hair, and I can only imagine. I think sometimes when we are in the diaspora, we forget that people are facing real life issues as simple as food. We take for granted the blessings of being able to, I'm getting emotional, I'm sorry guys. We take for granted the blessing of being able to buy a burger, buy a best meal at any restaurant, which I'm sure now you can afford, and any of us on this platform can afford. We can afford the best things in life, but we sometimes forget to go back and reach out to the people who currently are in the state of nothing. And I'm sure the situation in Congo has improved over the years, but I'm still sure there are communities and there are people that still can be helped and are still facing issues of starvation and stuff like this. And I think it will be hypocritical of us to talk about career, business, making money, lifestyle, everything, if we are not even empathic enough to the suffering that is really going on in our world today. So I really appreciate you sharing that and bringing that from the back of my mind back to the front. And I really encourage each and every one of us to do something back at home. So I always tell my friends, and I don't say this to brag, but I tell my friends, I say, pick 3 or 4 kids in your neighborhood where you grew up, and pay for their education, or pay for something related to them, pay for their feeding, take care of someone. Like, let that be your responsibility. You don't need to be a parent to parent. Take care of someone. Be a giver back for all that you have been blessed with. The least you can do is to help someone that's least privileged. So I'm so grateful that you shared that with us, and that also curved your mindset, and that you have also, let me say, unlearned the thing of, okay, I need to eat to gain back all the food I haven't eaten before. It's like, okay, I need to unlearn this and now know that, oh no, it's fine to just eat in moderation. I think that's really deep. Yeah, amazing. So I would ask, with all that you've been through, and I don't want to focus on the past or anything, but with who you are currently and the joy that you bring to us with daily nuggets. And I listen to you and I'm like, I can't tell you the number of times I listen to daily nuggets, maybe something on forgiveness or something. And I'm like, I'm just ready to give someone like a bad something. And I listen to you that day and you like hit on exactly what I'm supposed to do. And I'm like, ah, she's right. Like, she's right. Just let it go. Yeah, so I think you really have an impact and a light that you bring to the people that are around you, whether you have met them or haven't. So what would you say is your Zen? Like, what keeps you going? What makes you happy? What is like that inner thing that like makes you so cool? Yeah.
I guess I would have to say, when I feel that I have helped someone,
Yeah.
whether it's listening to them when they need help or providing something tangible, financial, or just being kind to a person, that makes me happy. I don't have any children of my own biologically, but I have like 1 million children in this world.
Amazing.
Yeah, I pretty much raised more than 50 children, my nephews, nieces.
Wow.
Yeah, back in America, in my family in America, there's like 100 of us in the family. In fact,
that's a big family.
This coming Saturday, we are having a family reunion in Kansas, in America. I will not be able to make it, but most of those people that will be at the family reunion have passed through my house. I have raised them as my own. Yeah, and so I get pleasure from helping people. In fact, that is how Daily Nuggets started.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to offer someone some advice, unwanted advice at times. You know, when my friends even speak to me, I will always have something like positive to help them overcome whatever they're going through. So that's what makes me happy, to know that I have helped, that I'm helping someone.
Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. So how do you draw so much positivity though? Because the world is such a draining place and such an accusing place. How do you stay positive apart from helping people, which is we've taken notes on that. We're gonna be better. We're gonna do better, guys. Let's see who's on here. Let's see how many people are gonna do better. Let me see. Who's on here? Who's on here? I see Rocio, Malina. Yes, please tell me.
Oh no, go ahead. I don't have my glasses on.
Okay, so Rocio, Malina, 0.0, Fortune, Jen, Jespen, Loretta, Maxwell, Melissa, Norman, Sarah, and Sarah. Amazing. So we're all gonna do better. We're all gonna do better. But what really keeps you positive? Because and also, you know, I will come back to that question, but then what keeps you positive?
Well, I believe we have two choices in life. Either, as a math teacher, of course, we can choose to either be positive or we can be negative. I can either smile or I can frown. It takes more muscles. Let me see if I can mute that person. It takes more muscles to frown
Yes.
than
I
it
am.
than it does to smile.
Yep.
So if I smile,
Yep.
it's going to stop me from even getting sick, getting all the diseases on my body.
Yeah.
I mean, what do I have to lose to be positive? I have everything to gain by being positive. That's the way I look at it. My whole family, my entire family, we have like a smiling disease or something like that. But I think it's something
It's a
good.
positive disease,
So,
and I love it. I'm
so,
literally like that. Yeah.
so this Saturday in
Mhm.
Kansas, where my family reunion will take place,
Yeah.
you will just see many of us just smiling.
Amazing.
My late father,
Mm.
my late father had a heart attack with a
Oh.
smile on his face.
Oh, beautiful.
And so, yes, he used to get angry at us at times, but 90% of the time, that man was
Happy.
smiling.
Oh,
So all of us children, when we get together, all of us are just like smiling. So you can, so for example, right now, if I'm smiling at you right now, I'm like smiling. I'm not gonna say, I hate you.
Of course not.
It doesn't go together.
It doesn't go together.
So when I'm smiling, I'm gonna be tempted to say something positive. And when I'm smiling, it's contagious.
Oh, yeah.
It's contagious because when you walk in a room and a person is smiling, you're gonna smile right back. Even in my teaching, I remember I used to teach at a school in Houston, Texas called George Bush High School.
Oh.
I remember the math teacher next door to me one day came and asked me, Miss Bywaters, what do you feed these children? When they walk in your room, they're smiling. When they come out, they're also smiling. I don't tell my students smile. Children live what they see.
Exactly.
They mimic everything they see.
Exactly.
So when they see me smiling, it's contagious. And that also, it also helps me with my teaching in terms of discipline problems.
Yes.
And even today, I have administrators telling me, Emilia, you don't have discipline problems. Does that mean I don't have discipline problems? Every teacher has discipline problems. But with this smile, I catch more flies.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what I see, it's like the energy you give out to the world is the energy you receive. So if I'm giving out positivity and smiles and because you cannot do that while having a hatred or some things hidden behind the heart. So as long as it's positivity, 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 the world is coming back with positivity, positivity, positivity. And then even when it comes to like people that are maybe kids that are difficult to handle, like discipline issues or people that are difficult to handle, like I think we get to hear this a lot, like the saying that love people through their struggles. I think then the best thing is just allowing them be and being kind to them and just watching them change in the environment of positive energy.
You get back exactly what you give. If you give kindness, you're gonna get that right back. It's gonna bounce right back. And if you give cruelty, if you are like a mean person, you're gonna get that right back.
Right back. Guys, did you hear that? That's solid. That's so solid. And yeah, that's really so solid. So I would ask you, unfortunately, when we talk about the best and the positive things, we also need to recalibrate on the negative things. Even before we come to business, life, career, I just want to go just delve into like who you are, so we may understand the perspectives to which you bring on even these issues. So like, what would you say was the worst event that marked your adulthood even though it may be difficult to talk about. If it's difficult to talk about, don't tell us the very worst. Tell us something that was second to the worst. But then if it's okay to talk about, just share with us the worst event that marked your adulthood and how you overcame it. Because our topic today is about resilience. The season is about growth. So we're learning how to grow in, as I think most of us here on this platform, I would say about 70% are still maybe under their 40s. So we look up to you for a lot of wisdom because you have passed through this thing called life and you have more experience than we do. You still have a lot of long life ahead of you. Don't get me, there's a whole lot you are yet to do. But we do know that there's some perspective that I think a lot of people give up when things get hard, and there's that saying, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going, right? But then the tough doesn't just get going. Like, what makes the tough get going? That's the resilience part. And sometimes I've spoken about this with my friend Melissa many times, and I said, a lot of people just tell us, oh, I went through this and I did this and now I am this. Hey, celebrate. We're like, nah, bro, it's not that simple. There is some difficult things that sometimes we skip to tell people. So people think success is easy. They think there is nothing to slay. There is nothing to sacrifice. But I think when we can go deep into ourselves and we can be honest about the struggles we have had to overcome, it helps someone who is currently overcoming something to be better at overcoming it, and to know if Madam Emilia could do it, then I can do it. Yeah. So please share with us the worst event that met your adulthood and how
Okay, so the worst thing.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, my parents kept putting a lot of pressure on me, saying, do not marry an American. You need to marry someone from Congo.
Oh my God.
I was like, all right, mother. Yes, mother. So I kept waiting and waiting and waiting for this man from Congo who would come into my life. I just focused on my career, my teaching. Then at 39, I finally got married. And 5 years later, my ex-husband said, the day that he said, baby, I'm going to divorce you, that was probably the toughest day of my life. I went through a very dark period at the time. Yeah, so I looked at him and I said, nah, baby, stop lying. Because a lot of times when couples or relationship have problems, you can just like see the writing on the wall. You can see that, oh no, this is going over on the cliff. We're gonna fall. But I never saw it coming. Other than, I guess, looking back now, we didn't have any children, and coming from Congo, our people there, my in-laws, they were not happy that we didn't have any children. So they kept telling him, kept giving him pressure. You need to divorce this woman. She cannot give you children. You are the firstborn of 12 children. So what are you doing with this woman that cannot have children? She is an invalid. We need to replace her with a younger woman who can produce children. Yeah, at the time, it really hurt. It really hurt a lot. But now I can actually say, I can calmly sit here and share that with you. So the toughest day of my life was the day. And then I said, but baby, you said that we can adopt children. And you did say that your son that you had in Kenya, we can adopt him. So what happened? Yeah, so the big mistake also we made was we had my mother-in-law, my late mother-in-law, come and live with us. When we got married, she lived with us for 2 years. That was a big mistake. Never let your
Let
in-law live
your
with you.
in-laws in. Guys, notice my book, I'm gonna put it in caps. Never let your in-laws in. Whoever's gonna
If you
marry,
can
that's gotta
afford,
see this video. Never let your
if
in-laws.
you
Never
can
come in.
afford, if you
Sorry.
can, LOD, I know you are about to get married,
Yeah,
so write
LOD.
that down.
LOD
Never
is
let
getting
your
married. Yeah, please, LOD, we beg you. Don't let your in-laws in.
you know that sons are usually closer to their mother anyway. So here comes this woman taking away the mother's place. Do you think that mother is going to be happy? I
No,
don't think so.
no. Of course, like,
Yeah, so
like who's this lady taking my
yeah.
son away from me? And that is I think mothers have to learn to let go. That is also a part of motherhood. Being able to
Yeah.
have grace and say, look, you do you.
So
And I'm really I don't want to jump over so quickly and go down to the in-laws without acknowledging how strong you are. Thank you for pulling through. Thank you for being able to share the way you have shared it. It says in-laws got no problem to stay with them. Ben, are you the kind of guy that's bringing your parents to stay? Ben, be advised. We are advising you, brother. So for all the brothers here, just be a little careful, yeah? But I really wanna say thank you to you for being vulnerable.
negative, really, he was a very good man, very good heart. And he used to look at me and he would say, baby, you know what? We will never be rich in our lives because you like to share your money. I like to share my money. And my house, our house, was full of people, all my relatives. And that's the other thing that the mother-in-law didn't like. And she looked at him and said, you stupid boy, look at this house full of all of Emilia's relatives. But my ex-husband treated every single one of my nieces and nephew as if they were his own children. So but anyway, that's besides the point.
That is really beautiful to share. And I think for a lot of people, when they say a story and they tell a piece that brands everyone else bad, it's like everyone else like did me bad. But then it's like we can feel and we can know the issues weren't really your ex-husband, because he seemed to be a very lovely person, and even the way you express about him, it's just an unfortunate situation. And it's, in my opinion, shouldn't have happened. So guys, in the days of our youth, before we get married, Mama Emilia is telling us something very powerful, because I really believe that who you marry makes you. And it doesn't matter what field of life you are in. They either make you better or they destroy you for good. And even who you date. So that's why I'm single and currently enjoying my single life, because I'm scared, mom. I'm scared for my life, because of course I want a man that would love and honor and respect my family and me, and I can love and honor and respect him and his roots and his family. But like you said, one thing, don't do things because your family say so. I want to go back to, don't marry an American, marry a Congolese. For me, that's where I want to go back to, because I think there should be no cap to who you marry or who you choose to marry. It shouldn't be a nationality cap. It shouldn't be a religious cap. It just should be, after doing the mathematics of your life with this person, bring the spreadsheets and bring the data. What is the possibilities that this is gonna work? And then also, how is the person impacting you? Like I said, he's able to accumulate aspects of your life, create space for your family, create space for your business, create space for your hobbies, create space for the things that you love, and be able to be sacrificial in that. But if you cannot find these things existing in harmony, it's like Paul in the Bible said, right? Paul, the Apostle Paul, he said, it's better you be single, than run this, or he says a striving home, like I've forgotten the verse in the Bible, but then he says the man would always go to the top of the roof, right? Something like that. So we need to really be careful that we are not making our parents' decisions, but we're really making our own decisions. I think this is what I'm hearing from you. And also, men, please fight. Please fight for what you want. Don't just listen and just let your family determine the trajectory of your relationships and your life. You know better for yourself than any other person does. So I think this is an advice to ladies, to guys, to all of us. And I guess we are taking notes. Somebody asked the question.
And by the way, when you say single, I was laughing because that year was 2005 that my ex-husband said he was going to divorce me. And I have not dated since that year. It's been.
We are searching. Officially, you are on the market. We are going to find you a great match. Guys, please, if you know a great match, we are going to play matchmaker. Yeah, we're going to play matchmaker. And I would ask you, why did you choose to stay alone since then? What was the reason behind that?
I don't think I told myself that I'm going to stay single. I didn't. I really didn't. So if you have a grandpa over there my age, send them my way.
Guys, did you hear that? Oh my God, we are gonna. Now I have to go looking amongst my uncles and see who's like the perfect fit. Yeah, Melissa, do we have some matchmaking to make? We do. Yes. Who is this? Ben. Mr. Ben says he's ready. Mr. Ben. Yes. Oh, yes, we do. We have some matchmaking to make. So this is for after the show. All ready applicants, please send your applications to.
I live in Beijing. I sing in the praise team. Everyone in the praise team is like half my age. And my pastor is younger than me. Everybody, I'm the oldest one around.
Just so guess what?
Who the heck am I gonna date?
Oh, guess what? My senior man of God, Pastor Paul. Pastor Paul has someone in mind for you. Okay, we will talk about this. This is getting beautiful. God is doing something. Okay. This is getting beautiful. Papa, I hear you. We will talk later. We will arrange it. Yes, because you are such a dope individual and you deserve to be with someone so dope. You're so loving. You're so positive. And even the fact that you can say, look, for all this positivity I bring to the world, since 2005, you're like, look, I'm not gonna date randomly until I'm giving myself to someone who's deserving of all of this dopeness. And even that decision is even more dope, right? So I'm rooting for you. I guess we're all rooting for you. Expanding the pool, everyone is clapping. A beautiful queen, thank you, bro. Still, we are so grateful. Thank you. And yes, we are rooting for you. So I would skip from personal and put it into career, right? So how did all these happening in your personal life affect your career?
Well, the sadder I was in my personal life, the more I immerse myself in my work.
Oh, beautiful.
Always the last teacher to leave the school. And even when I am at school, like for example, when the school will start in America, as we all sitting there during teachers' orientation, my mind is thinking about what country am I taking, what European country am I taking my students to, always doing some kind of project, always. And some people see me here in Beijing, they're like, well, you're doing daily nuggets and you're doing this and you're doing that. I've always actually been like this, I can say, all my life, always doing something. In Houston, there I was doing gospel concert, inviting gospel singers from all around the world, coming in and holding this big concert where people will come and sing. So yeah, I guess I can say I became a workaholic.
You are diagnosing me now.
Workaholic. Maybe that's why I haven't even thought about dating, you know, because it's like I'm always doing something. Yeah.
Guys, so this is really I hate to play the pun, but this is really a nugget, yeah, because honestly, the more it's like when you love, because we naturally, even in a relationship, we love working. When you love what you do, when you love your career, and it's a career, it's not just a job for you, it's something that's a passion, it's something you enjoy doing. When you lose touch with something in your personal life, the easiest way to cope is to indulge yourself in the second love, is to just bring career back to number one, bring everything else back to number one. And we can see that. And I think the danger of that for us is we forget that we are deserving of even the, eros. There are so many different types of love, right? The eros love. We are deserving of the romantic love. We are deserving of someone just coming back home to someone. We're deserving of loving on someone and someone loving on us. And it's like, nah, but my job loves on me. And people tell me I'm good at what I do. So I get that fulfillment, and it's enough. But Mama Emilia, we are going to connect you. So I need to prepare you. I need to prepare you to be ready, you know, for the errors, because it's coming. And exactly, I think PD said it so beautifully. Ben said it so beautifully. He said, age does not matter, you know, age does not matter. And that is really a beautiful thing. That is really a beautiful thing. And whichever age you are, guys, the most important thing is, yeah, we get engulfed in our career and in all the things we do, but we need to make space, right? We need to make space for that, and we're deserving of it. I think last time, one thing that our previous speaker, Diano said, he said, we sometimes have something like an imposter syndrome. It's like, because of ABC, I'm not deserving of ABC. But the world doesn't even see it like that. The world is like, yo, whatever you want. Like, and last time I was in conversation with Melissa, and we realized people don't actually think of, everyone is thinking of themselves. Everyone is thinking about how they can move forward in life. So we're rooting for you. Let's go on. So I want to ask you, what do you define career as? What would be like your best definition for career?
Definitely the opposite of a job. A job means something that you go there to just make your living. You know, I remember when I first became a teacher, I took this little notebook and I wrote down, in 5 years, I will not be a teacher. That was almost 40 years ago. Wow. And teaching definitely was and still is a job for me. I don't even look at it as my career. I look at a career personally as something that I enjoy doing. even if it doesn't bring me money.
Oof,
I
that
haven't made any money. I have not made it now. I haven't made any money with Daily Nuggets,
part.
but I look at Daily Nuggets as my career.
Mm. And
In my old age.
we have some, I think we may have some people that can push Daily Nugget to the next platform on the call. So hey, who knows? We may be seeing you on TV soon with Daily Nuggets. So yeah, that's so amazing.
Well, and then I hope my principal will never watch this, because at school
Yeah.
they say your teaching career, and I'm like, oh, okay, teaching career, all right.
The
But
bombastic
and
side.
then in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I really didn't want to be a teacher, because when I was studying math, I'm like, what do I do with this math? What can I do with it?
Yeah.
All right, I'll just be a math teacher. I'll just teach the children how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. I
Yeah.
never looked at teaching really as my career. Sorry, teachers in the audience. Sorry, forgive me.
No,
I know.
I think I would put it probably, yes, I agree and do not stand to differ with everything you've said. But I think with the impact you have made with teaching, you maybe didn't see it as a career, but it became a career, and it became an enjoyment one way or another, because the fact that you can impact even in a space that you are uncomfortable in, it's I think career, yes, it's the enjoyment. Like maybe let's say Daily Nuggets is more of an enjoyment, more of a career, more in the line of what we're talking about. But teaching is the impact, in the impactfulness of a career. It's also aligns, and I think that is what your your principal is saying. So just in case this video gets to your principal, you wouldn't be in
Yes.
trouble. Let me
I
help
love
you
my
put it there.
teaching career, Mr. Principal. I love my teaching career.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. They got you. Yeah. So I would like to ask and add that. So even if it doesn't pay, so why would you encourage someone to pursue their passion even if it doesn't pay or it doesn't cash out? Like,
I would rather do something that I love, even for 1 hour a day, than to engage myself in 23 hours of that day doing something that does not even make any sense to me. I don't care how much money you pay me. Maybe that's why I'm still poor.
No, 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 no. The financial advisors on the group can rise to the notion, but I don't think so. Wow. So whatever you choose as a career must be something that you enjoy waking up to.
Hopefully that brings you money. Don't be like me, okay? Don't be like me. Maybe someday Daily Nuggets will bring money. Maybe.
That one though, yes, because I think purpose goes with I think when stars align. That's the one beautiful phrase I love. The stars will align when you're in your destiny, when you're in your purpose, and it doesn't matter. There are no factors that can stop the right time, but resilience is definitely a thing. And I've seen you over the years, 2 years of Daily Nuggets. You post, you keep posting daily. You keep posting, you keep posting. Well, I'm just learning to be consistent. It's just a recent training for me. And as recent as 2022, last year. So so it's really beautiful to see that you can be consistent in something, even if it doesn't cash out. And for me, that is passion. And yes, you have another career that you're on, but it's like, this is my baby. This is my project. This is something I know is impacting people. It's helping people. I'm not going to abandon this. And I'm going to take even 1 hour a day, like you said, working on that passion project, as opposed to 23 hours being paid $1 million or $500,000. Hey, $500,000. We think about it, but then I'm a business person. I'm a businesswoman. So as long as I'm not putting my integrity on the line, because integrity is so important. A lot of people in this modern day lack the ability to tell the truth the way the truth is. They lack the ability to uphold their part of the deal. So for me, integrity is important. As long as it's an integrable something, I'm up for it. So yeah, this is so beautiful to hear. Even if it doesn't pay, be consistent. And I've picked it up. And we started a new energy company, and I can tell you, it hasn't paid a dime till now. Everything has been pouring. Everything is coming out. When money comes in, it goes back in. I haven't received the salary in 3-4 months, but I'm the happiest I've ever been since I've been in China. I'm the happiest. Yes, there's money's coming, but it doesn't come to me directly. And I'm just so happy to pour back into people, pour back into something else, do something that's bigger than me, get someone's school fees paid, get someone's, give out, like just do it. And it's like, yo, it's bigger than me. Even if I'm not being paid the way or rewarded the way I think I should be rewarded, I know like the day will come where grace becomes a bit more comfortable and gets that reward. So I think that goes for each and every one of us, like the ability to say, look, I'm going to pick something that impacts other people, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, because it's that thing, the positivity you give out, that was what you said in the beginning, right? The positivity you give out is what you receive back. So if I'm doing something that positively impacts someone else's life, that means the stars will align, the universe, God will bring to me my portion, and I don't need to struggle for it. I don't need to convince for it, right? So I think that's a good lesson for each and every one of us. Yeah. So yeah, what would you like to add, Mama Emilia? Because I guess I've spoken a lot. Oh my God.
Well, I just would like to add that I have started discovering that I can try to tap my luck at doing business.
Oh, wow.
So Daily Nugget has just basically put me out there.
Yes.
Even though Daily Nuggets in itself doesn't bring any money, but I have gotten so many connection, networking, people wanting to do business with me now. And so I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I can do business now. So now I've got my hands in a lot of so-called businesses, legit ones, yeah.
Now I'm gonna contact you, because you know, I have things I need from Congo. And you're my source. guys,
Yes.
come on. Mama Emilia is into business, and we've got to go all out and support. And yeah, I think for me, the beautiful thing is we can learn and unlearn. It doesn't matter what, like, just so from daily nuggets to business, it opens a door, and it's like, okay, I may not make from this, but I'm gonna make from this. So I may not make from new energy, but like you, Mama Emilia, I do other businesses. I'm making from somewhere else, but I'm pouring into what I love to. So I guess that's definitely a beauty in life, when you're able to pour the fullness of yourself. It gives you an exposure, and that exposure is a true exposure, because when you put yourself out there, it is who you are. You show the world, you know. You cannot give what you do not have. So yeah, that's really amazing. So I would ask you one thing. I know you work with the church, you have a lot of children, and now I'm like the newest member to the family. And I would say, like, how do you balance all of it? Career, business, and you've done it. 37 years in career and raising children and being part of people's lives and being there when they need you and all the things and all the things and all the things. A lot of us are balancing a whole lot of things, and you have balanced it so beautifully. So just give us, like, maybe the top 3 things you think we should take note of, and what helped you balance it all.
I think my spiritual life.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was brought up in a Catholic church, and when I was younger, and most of the churches that I go to now, like, they speak in tongues and all of that. But my Catholic upbringing, we really didn't speak in tongues. So sometimes, like, I remember my my sister in Dallas, Texas. She tells me one day, she said, "Well, Amelia, if you prayed more, maybe you wouldn't be divorced now." And that kind of hurt me a little bit, because I pray a lot. I pray a lot. Even when I go to church, I may not be speaking in tongues out loud when, like, everybody's doing, but that's what gives me my balance. When I go to him, to God, and talk to him, because my day begins in the morning with him and it ends with him.
Beautiful.
And so I remember, even in the boarding school, as I was struggling with nothing to eat, I would go in the forest, like in the woods, and I would start talking to God. I talk to God like as if he is my friend, like a friend, like a personal, a human being. And that's where I would have to say my source of balancing things. And lately, meditation has been helping me a lot. I have a lot of friends with that do yoga. I involve myself in a group that we do exercise every day. And when I can come every morning when I wake up, after I speak to my God, I do my yoga, and it just basically sets the tone of everything that I'm going to do for that day, for the week. And you guys might look on my WeChat channel, see that I have all these many activities, but there is some kind of balance going on in the midst of what you might see as a madhouse or a chaotic schedule. It's really not, because I'm not the kind of person that has a calendar that writes things down like that, but everything is in my head. You can ask me what activities I'm doing, I would tell you. Without it, I have never really had a calendar in my life.
No, I need
but I know
I would forget.
but I know, for example, that on the 17th, this Saturday, my family is having a family reunion. My church is having a wedding that the choir, my French church is having a wedding that the choir is going to be singing in. I know that my English church, AOM, that we have choir rehearsal for the concert we're doing. And I also know that my school has a graduation that I'm going to be singing with a group of teachers there. So everything, this is my calendar right here, my brain. I balance everything. I balance everything right there.
I told Papa Policy, I told him I will send an email, until right now, as we speak, the email is not yet sent. So I'm not as good as you are with scheduling. I'm definitely gotta pick one for I'm not that good, but great to learn. Yeah.
But the older I'm getting, I need to really, really get a calendar and start writing things. Yeah.
And now I think I'm scared now because I feel like I might get amnesia when I grow older because it's already happening. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's really beautiful because the zen of who we are in all that we do, it's really important for us to have something and someone that keeps us grounded. And who better than the creator? So I don't know what you guys believe, whether there is a God or there is no God, but I believe there's a God and he knows us better than we could ever know ourselves. And he's more in love with us than any human being could ever be. So it's so important for us to get to sit in a place of, even if my job is chaos, even if my personal life is chaos, even if my business is chaos, but one place that's never going to be chaos is me and you, God, right? And then we can put that energy, that I think this is what I'm getting from what you're saying, right? And then you pick that energy from the zen you have with God, and you spread it everywhere you go. So the world may think you're doing this, but it's like superpower, right? You have a super ability to reach out to many different spaces at the same time without losing touch, because you are centered in something that is bigger than you, or someone that is bigger than you. So the center and what keeps it together is definitely important. And I think I would just want to throw in there maybe family, because I think family really keeps us together. Family really, it's like that glue that even when we're not trusting God that much, they're like, hey, you should trust God. I don't agree with that statement your sister made though. That was a bad one. No, there are some things that are inevitable. Even if you pray your eyes out, and even if you meditate your soul out into the universe, you will never be able to skip that event, because God or the universe or whatever you want to believe, he arranges it in such a way that that is part of your story, and it becomes a beautiful, I would say, it's like a vase that's been broken, right? When a vase is broken and it's put back together, and you put it together in a very the vase become a piece of art. It's no more a normal vase. It's like, wow, see the lines and the cracks and how it was brought together. It's now a piece of art. It's now something more beautiful, and it still works as a vase. So I think that's why God allows us go through some really tough times sometimes. So the broken vessels are the most honorable and the most ready to use vessels. Yeah, because they have experienced what other people are experiencing, and they can pour more openly. Yeah. So guys, I'm gonna let you ask Madam Emilia a question. If anyone has a question for Madam Emilia, please ask away. Please show your hand so we would invite you in. Kindly show your hand. I know my woman Melissa has a question, and I know Norman has a question, and I know Sarah has a question. So I'm just waiting for you guys. Should I open your mics? Any question, guys? Come on, don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me, don't leave me.
You know, I'm a teacher. I'm about to start calling on students here.
Oh, the students, please do it. And I will just open your mic. Just tell me who. Please, let's roll call it out. Let's see, who are we opening? Yes, I'm opening Melissa. Melissa, please. You're the only one I can disturb like this. So open your mic and mute yourself.
Okay. Okay, thank you. All right, I want to ask Madam Emilia, like what advice can you give to a girl child, especially those mature girls that think like I've not made it, I've not felt it, and at the same time you see your friends around you making it and the people around you having babies and you are not yet there? What's the biggest you can be like advice you can give?
Great question. Thank you, Melissa.
If you want to fail in life, then keep on looking left and looking right and regretting. But if you really want to make your goals come true, just keep your eyes on your destination. Where are you going? Don't worry about what's going on around you. Where is your destination? Do you want to have that child? Okay, then what are you going to do about it to get that child? Doesn't matter that your neighbor has 5 children or your neighbor has 5 degrees. What degree do you want to have? Does your neighbor have a PhD? Is that what your goal is? Why are you paying more attention to the goals of others? That train, a train has many stops, okay? So everybody gets on from their own station, but the destination, your destination may not be the other person's destination. When it's time to get out of that train, are you gonna follow everyone because you see everybody's getting off the train, that train station? That's not your destination. So if it is your destination and you want to learn from your friends, there's nothing wrong with that. But to devote too much attention, to devote too much time. Well, I want to sing like Mariah Carey. Why can't I sing like Mariah Carey? If you try to mimic Mariah Carey, you're going to make a fool out of yourself. So keep your eyeball on your own station, not somebody else's destination. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing that. That's tunnel vision, right? Having tunnel vision on your destination. But how do you deal with that though? When, like, I know, like, I feel like there's a whole emotional part to this thing. And then the dealing with, I'm missing out on something. I'm missing out on marriage. I'm missing out on having kids. I'm missing out on ABCD career, maybe not even because of somebody. We kick out the because of somebody now. But then it's now like internally, right? Internally, there's an unsettled, there is fulfillment in what we're doing. Yeah, don't get me wrong. You're happy. You can be happy and unsatisfied at the same time. So how to deal with unsatisfaction?
You're just going to have to snap yourself out of it. No way around that. Just get out. Look, for example, I do daily nuggets.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own personality. Everyone has their own style.
Yeah.
I have seen people try, sometimes even close friends, want to do what Emilia does. It will never work. It will never work because there is only one Emilia. There is only one Susan. There is only, even identical twins are not even the same 100%. So the fastest way to fail is to try to mimic someone 100%. Like I said before.
Even in business, a lot of people here this business is doing well. This person is doing good with this business. Maybe I should try it.
There is nothing wrong with learning. Yes, life is a learning process. For example, September the 30th is the second year anniversary of Daily Nuggets. And one of my goals is to have a room in my house or a space in my house for my podcast. So I'm looking at your camera right now, your microphone, and I'm saying, oh yeah, I want one like that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
Okay. But if I become so obsessed, 100% obsessed, what did Grace do this time? What did this one do this time? That type of obsession is the fastest way to lead you to failure, because you could never catch up. You can never catch up with look, it's like a shadow. Okay. You're trying to chase your shadow. I want to catch up with my shadow over there. No, you won't.
No.
The more you chase it, it's going to be going far away. So stick to your dreams. Stick to your dreams. Stick to your dream. I saw Just Ben wrote in the in the chat. He said, what is 2 + 50 multiplied by 5? And then he also asked me earlier, or somebody asked me earlier, do I still miss my ex-husband? Do I still miss my ex-husband? I read that.
What would be
the answer to that is, as a person, yes, but on a romantic level, no. His family members still reach out to me. His sister is in Kenya right now, and his son, the son in Kenya, I remember him at 10 years old. I was paying school fees for him. He's like 35 now or so. He still reaches out to me. And so do I miss? I don't like to disturb the peace. I'd never contact him. When we got divorced, I moved away and left him alone to live his life. I'm not going to be making his life miserable. Yeah. I love him as a person. I forgave him, but he has his life and I have mine.
Amazing. And your life is beautiful. So
thank you.
To mess up the space, So Just Ben, we keep the x's x's. That's why they are x's. Who is x? In mathematics, there's that thing. Who is x? Find x. No one ever knows who x is. What is x? Where is x? That's why we have x. Just playing the puns, I would unmute. Let's see, who do we unmute? Rose.
If you don't ask me questions, guys, I'm going to cry. You don't want to see your mommy cry.
Because I am so glad about the question Melissa asked, because we can find ourselves. I can find myself in that question, and I think there's so much wisdom to glean right now, and some of us may be downplaying this opportunity to learn, and this may be a mark. What may be shared to you today, or many of the things you shared today, is something that I think I would really carry forward with me from this day forward. Like, I would really carry with me. Same with last talks with Diano. There are things that I learned from that conversation that I'm talking about them today when we're talking, and then I think I will continue talking about them till. So there's so many things like that I'm learning from you, and we shouldn't downplay the opportunity to ask and learn. There's that part in the Bible I love. It says, ask and you shall be given, seek and you shall find, knock and the door will be open to you. For if you ask, you will receive. So if you didn't receive anything, that's because you didn't ask. So just ask. Yeah. So Rose Sue, I'm unmuting you. Please unmute yourself, sister. Unmute yourself. Are you around? Okay. If there's anyone that just wants to speak, hey, Just Ben, I think Just Ben has a lot to say. Like, Just Ben, please unmute yourself. Don't leave me hanging.
Well, actually, I don't have a lot to say. All I can say is I just want to appreciate the chat, and I want to appreciate Madam Emilia. I know I've worked with her personally. She's this person who is really so dedicated onto when it gets to doing something. Yeah. So I really love her energy. I really love being around her space. She's someone who will actually push you to do something. Yeah. She'll come to your inbox, even though you don't respond to her this time. Next time she will come back. I tell you this, yeah. Because
I love
this is
that.
me. This is in my energies, yeah. Me, whenever I send a message to someone and they don't respond to me, I really lose the motivation to text them back. But this is different with Emilia. Every time she like sometimes on some occasions she sends me messages. I don't reply to her. Next time she comes back. Hey Ben, this is happening. Get moving. So it's really amazing working with her, and she gives you these vibrations that really get you in line. Yeah. So it's I'm just happy and I'm just blessed that I came to meet with her and to work with her. She's just a person who would really give you that push whenever you need it. I just want to say thank you so much.
No
Oh,
problem.
thank you, Mama Emilia, for being yourself. Yeah, I think we all
Loretta
today
wanted
have.
to know.
Yeah.
Loretta wanted.
Oops. Hi.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Said daily nuggets is your career, right? And
Yeah.
teaching is just a job. So at what point,
Yeah. At what point?
and much I give you a job or something, how much time and dedication should you split between your job and your career if they are not the same?
I guess it's a matter of opinion at this point. That's why I was saying that I hope my principal is not watching this, because we spend so much time at school talking about our teaching career. Yeah. So really, in mathematical terms, there's a lot of intersection between, meaning mutually exclusive, if I may use the terms. So in a sense, they are related, kind of, sort of, to each other. Because when I'm doing Daily Nugget, what am I really doing? Not just teaching, but also learning. And what is life? Life is about learning from each other. What am I doing at school? I'm teaching mathematics, and I'm also learning from my students and learning from other teachers, or even the parents. So I guess everything here is interrelated. And it may be a little difficult to actually separate the two in a way.
Amazing.
Maxwell? Maxwell?
Yeah.
Maxwell, what's your
Yeah.
question? Sorry?
Did you have any
I
further?
get, I
Yeah.
get it, but I'm thinking maybe, okay, let's say I'm an engineering student, but I do a
Yeah.
lot of photography. Uh, Maybe photography gives some money, but definitely not as much as engineering. At what point should I leave engineering and go to photography, or how much dedication should I put
Maxwell,
on?
are you married yet?
No.
If I may ask, okay. You better go get that engineering job, that so that you can be able to afford your wife's
Didn't expect
no,
that.
I'm just being silly. But I guess what I'm saying is, it may be in the eye of the beholder, to be very honest, what a career is, because you might say my engineering career. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, depends on what you define your
Mm,
what you look at as a career, what a career should be. Yeah, I believe everyone is different. That's my opinion anyway. So at what point, I'm not saying that when you get that engineering career, you should say, oh, this is just putting food on the table. This is not really what I enjoy. And so therefore, I'm going to go out there and look for something else. Yeah, no, that's not what and I don't want to mislead anyone in that sense. I'm just speaking for myself, how when I first started teaching, I said, teaching is not for me. I'm just doing this because I don't know what else to do with this math. But my career, what I want to do is I want to travel the world. I want to do project. I look at Daily Nuggets as doing projects.
amazing.
As it's just I can do Daily Nuggets for 24 hours. If I really had the time, I can just sit here and make my little quotes, do my little
Yes.
videos, go
Yeah.
to the beach and do what
Yes.
that's what I like. Yeah.
Passion. It's
But
passion.
what you like doesn't necessarily bring food to the table neither. Yeah.
So
So it's also good to feel that.
yeah.
It's also good to get something that really brings something to the table.
I'm sorry?
Come again.
It's also, hello, it's also good to make sure you have something that brings something to the table. Then maybe
Yeah.
on the side, you can chase
Yeah.
something that brings you
Yeah.
passion and joy.
Satisfaction.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because
I'm defining my career in terms of my passion, but somebody else may disagree with that, which is why I'm saying these definitions are really in the eye of the beholder.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree. I absolutely agree with that, Mama Emilia, because I'm talented in singing and a little bit of acting, but I don't fancy myself a musician. to say, to be honest. I wouldn't see music as a career. It's a hobby. It's something I love doing. I may love, and I write songs. Funny, I write a lot of songs. But I'm happy to give my music to someone else to do, and also to sing at church, sing at places I like. It's subjective. Yes, exactly.
Yes, it is subjective, in my opinion. Yeah.
Yep. Two people raised their hands. Let's see who are these.
I think we got Maxwell and we got Loretta already, I think.
Oh, we got
Loretta, did you have a question?
Hey, Diano.
Yes, I have. I have a question.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for the interview. Thank you for sharing your life story. That was profound and it was quite an experience. Thank you so much for really sharing your story. However, I want to understand something. Not sure if you can really answer that, considering that at the age of 10, if I'm not mistaken, that is when you left Africa and you went to the States. My question
16.
is in regards to the
16.
African woman.
At the age of
Yeah.
16.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, so I believe by then you would have been socialized according to the African culture. And judging from where I come from, you know, the emphasis on marriage and the fear of being a single mom. I just want to know, how did you deal with that? Like when your husband told you that now he wants to divorce you, I want to know, where did you draw your strength? I understand you're a Christian and I understand that you prayed. But is there anything else that you did to deal with that, the divorce? And also, how did you face the society? Or maybe in the States, it's not as it is in Africa, that before you divorce your husband, you have to think twice because it's something that is really frowned upon. How do you handle being single? How do you end up being single and societal? In as much as you may be strong, sometimes you can just break down. How do you handle that? And also the greatest challenge, I'm not sure if you're comfortable to talk about it, of you not having any children. I understand it's a very sensitive thing. How do you get the strength? How do you keep smiling, like when you're faced and you've gone through all these challenging things? Because I know some people, they even commit suicide, but here you are with your lipstick, with your nice hair, smiling, doing so well career-wise. How do you do it?
Because mommy is special.
How do you do it?
Special.
Well,
Well,
you know, in Africa, we don't really talk about depression too much. And I think, like even in Congo, I can't even remember psychiatrists. We don't have that many. It's like counselor, marriage counselor. Your marriage counselor is your uncle or your aunt or your whoever. Everybody's in your business. So when I got this divorce thing, I guess I went through a depression, but because we don't talk about it in Congo, I didn't even know I was going through a depression until years later. I'm like, oh, I think I had a depression. So I actually became angry at God for a while. I didn't even go to church. I remember my sister asking me, oh, please, let's go to church. And I love to sing. And maybe 2 years, I didn't even set foot in church. And I was like, God, if you really said you loved me, why did you take my husband away? Yeah. And my mother, I even wrote a song about my mother, but my mother was my strong rock. Everything she used to tell me, when I started thinking about those things, that's what got me out of it. Not even God, sorry, God, I'm sorry. But so I started thinking about what my mother was telling me. Yep. And slowly, I found my way back to God and back to the church. And then I made it through. For not having children, I just have so many people that I help that I even wonder if I had my own children, oh my God, how could I do it? Yeah, so it doesn't bother me anymore. There used to be a time when I used to say, but what about when I'm 87 years old or 90 years old and I need somebody to be by my side or even help me change my diaper? Who's going to do it? It doesn't even bother me anymore. I'm
We're
just
gonna
like,
be
I'll
here.
take my retirement and go to the
We got
retirement
you.
home if I have to. Yeah.
All the 13 of us on this page got you. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so beautiful, because the ability to say, look, life is gonna bring a lot of bullshit, but hey, I'm gonna rise above it. That song I love. I'll rise even, you know, it's a really beautiful song. I think I'll share it with you later. So I feel like it's a phoenix, right? They say the proverbial bird, the phoenix has to be burnt in fire, then it becomes a phoenix. So there's some messages here we have from Papa Paul, Global Bridges Worldwide
Yeah.
these days. What is your favorite book, and what are some life lessons, especially from China for the last 8 years? But then he also added, what's the guarantee that some of us who have will even be around? Oh, he's saying, what's the guarantee that some people who have kids will even be around by 80? So you're blessed. You've got us. You're blessed. He says, God's what God's got you, and you are loved, and you have impacted many. You really have. And that's most important. You are a jewel. Yes, amazing. Amazing. So
Okay. What is my favorite book? What is my favorite
what is
book?
your favorite book?
I among all the many things that I do, Ubuntu DNA asked me to be the CEO of the book club,
Wow.
and so being the number person that I am, we used to joke about it that math people, they don't really like to read too much. Yeah, we just do our numbers on it. So I am the CEO of this book club. We recently read a book on the 48 laws of power.
Ooh, I just bought
That is
that.
turning out to be, you
Ah,
read that book?
I just bought it. I
That
just
is
bought it.
that is my favorite book right now. Right now we are reading this book. What is it? Just Ben, are you still there? What is the book we're reading now? It's the one that I don't understand the English in there.
Oh my God.
Let me get the
Huh?
title. Let me get the
You don't,
title.
He's
what is
finding
it?
the title.
Is it
He's finding
prejudice and something?
Yeah, Pride and Prejudice.
Oh,
Yeah,
Pride.
Yeah.
something like.
Ah,
And
nice. That's a
I
classic.
mean, I remember that from high school, but when I read it in high school, I didn't even speak English, so I had no clue what the book was saying. And now I still have no clue what the book is saying, because that type of English is so hard. And here I am, the CEO of the book club. So
Yeah.
I just go on the audio version. I play it, it plays, and I'm like, what kind of English is
What kind
this?
of English? Shakespearean English. Thou art,
Yes, I speak French.
thou art the
French is
finest.
my
Oh
native
my,
language.
you know, yeah.
I'm like, okay. I know there's a reason why I hated literature in school. Literature means nothing to me. And
Yeah.
I went and my major is math, but I minored in French.
Yeah.
And so I'm certified to teach French. So I used to teach French in America. But when it
Great.
came to literature, French literature, oh, I don't like it. I don't understand it. A book by Molière or the poem or this and that and that. Forget it. Forget it, because I don't understand it. I have no clue what literature is all about.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, yes. I think for me, the 48 Laws of Power was recommended to me by Melissa and some other books. So I'm really looking forward to reading them. And it's great
Yeah.
you mentioned that book too. So now I'm even more gingered towards reading it. And yeah, Global Bridges, Papa Paul is asking if you speak French. Maybe you should grace us with a few French words.
Bien
Norman is
sûr,
here too, so he can enjoy.
bien sûr, je parle français, je suis d'origine de Congo et je veux écrire mon adresse WeChat si vous voulez me contacter, s'il vous
Oui,
plaît.
oui. S'il vous plaît, écris ton adresse WeChat.
Oui, voilà mon adresse WeChat.
I speak some good French, but not so good. So my tonation sometimes is off, but yeah, I guess people will pardon me. The French guys will pardon me. Yeah. So please, everyone, do link up with Mama Emilia on WeChat, on all social media platforms. I think I'm gonna write your Instagram handle too. I think I can still remember. Orders 111. Yeah, so that's the Instagram handle, and you can follow. So there's one last question I have that I think must, in fact, two last. So we just have 18 minutes left. So I'm gonna hit it and we go quite quick. It's, if you could speak to the new generation of African youth about being limitless and how to overcome their struggles, especially starting from nothing, what would you say?
Find a role model that you respect. And honestly listen to the advice. You know, in my village, they used to say, when an older person speaks, the mouth stinks, but what comes out of that mouth is priceless. Nowadays, young people, they don't listen. They think they know it all. When I was growing up, we listened to our parents because we knew better. We knew that mom has been here on this earth longer than I have. My dad has. When my father came to America, when I got married, he still told me what to do. I'm 5 feet 2 inches. My father was only 4 feet 9 inches. But even at that short height, I still listened to what he said. My late older sister was angry about that because our father, who never drove a car, when we would be in the car, my sister would be driving, and here's my dad going, turn left, turn right, trying to give us order. And my late sister said, would you please tell your father not to tell me what to do?
Tell
He
your
can't even
father.
drive. Yeah.
I know, right?
But what my dad said, we took it as the Bible.
Amazing.
We listened. And that's how so young people, you want to make it someplace, watch the people who have done it before you. Learn from their mistakes. You don't have to take your hand and put it on the fire to know that the fire burns. If you see your mom putting her hand on the fire, on the stove, and you see her hand burning, don't do it. There's danger there. Learn from that. But you learn from listening. And when you listen, doesn't mean that you're just waiting to reply back to the person. Your mom tells you, you know what, I don't think you should be doing this. And you're just waiting. Well, mother, why don't you think I should do it? It is my right to talk about. I see a lot of this in America. No wonder why our youth in America are going downhill, because even in Africa now too. I look at my nieces and nephews in Congo. They are not, this new generation is not like the way we used to be. So listen, 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 and learn.
Listen and
Listen
learn.
and learn.
Mm.
Learn. Yeah.
Listen, learn. Amazing. That's such, wow. Nothing tops that. Nothing tops that. That's really deep. And I encourage all of us young people on the platform, be African or not, I think every young person needs to listen and learn. And like you said, no need to repeat the mistakes, just learn. And my last question would be, what inspires you to do daily nuggets? And when all is said and done, I remember I watched an interview. Someone was interviewing what's her name, Oprah Winfrey. I don't know who, I can't remember who, but they were interviewing Oprah Winfrey, and they asked when all is said and done, what do you want to be remembered for? I think all of us think about the end. And a lot of people try not to think about the end. But I think for me, what makes me more stable in my now is I know whatever I'm doing now, I want, after I'm not here on earth, let it be said that I did something good. And even in all my mistakes and my imperfections, I tried to help. So what would you want to be remembered for? And what do you want daily nuggets to communicate to people on a daily basis? But on the overall scope of life, what do you want to be remembered for?
Okay. Let me first tackle what inspired me.
Yes.
The school that I'm teaching at right now is a Christian school. I am making 1/3 of the salary that I was making in America. And this is the lowest paying job, teaching job that I have been at. But yet it's the most satisfying. Going to my school is like I'm going to church every day. Because it is a religious school, we begin our school with prayer, a devotion. So one day in September 2021, the person that was given the devotion that day, Mr. Emerson is his name, he said, turn your pains into gain. Turn your scars into stars. I immediately went up to my classroom, took my cell phone, and began the very first video on daily nuggets.
Oh my God.
But prior to that, I had been giving advice. I had been writing quotes. I had been writing on Facebook. Even years before, I would go just always constantly wanting to inspire. But on that day, when I took the video and started making, and I just started by saying, hello, my friends. This is Emilia with Daily Nuggets. Today's nuggets is turn your scars into stars. And I posted it the next day. My students, of all people, my students came up and said, we love your Daily Nuggets. My students
Beautiful.
kept pushing me into making more nuggets. I would be walking in the hallway. They would come and recite my daily nuggets to me. The theme song for my daily nuggets is, my mother always told me, Emilia, always listen to what men say and listen to what women say. So that's the ringtone on my phone. So if you ever call me, you will hear it.
Amazing.
And so, yeah, so that's what inspired me. When I'm far and gone, when one day I'm gone, I would like to leave a legacy of daily nuggets all around the globe. Daily nuggets is all about not just Emilia giving advice, but it's about you also sharing what you have learned. It's a learning process. It's not, in my classroom, I don't like to lecture. It's boring. We all learn from each other. Interaction. I have a Daily Nuggets group on WeChat. On there, I like for people to share. Whenever I do my Daily Nuggets programs, for example, it's a sharing thing.
Amazing.
I like to learn from you, and you learn from me, and we all learn from each other, and this will become a better place.
Amazing. I love that. You're an entire vibe. I could spend my whole day talking to you and not get tired and not miss a beat. And I'm just so grateful for the light you emit and the truth of like who you are. You are just you know you brought your authentic self, and I'm so grateful. I think I try to tell everyone who's coming to, hey, come with your authentic self, because I want to see you, because I'm coming as me. This is me. I kind of don't have any makeup on. I just only have a lipstick and a little thing here. This is me.
Same here. I just have lipstick.
Yeah. So I guess coming authentically on who we are, and that is what you do on Daily Nuggets. And I pray that Daily Nuggets goes bigger beyond your imagination. I do have a good feeling that it is going to go bigger, and I encourage everyone to follow Mama Emilia. Please follow Daily Nuggets. There's a Facebook page and an Instagram page, right? And then also WeChat, so you can add the WeChat contact and get on the WeChat page. And I'm just grateful to hear that when all is said and done, may we have impacted the world in a positive way, and that's all that you are about. So thank you so very much for bringing your authentic self and hanging out with Grace. I think I should change this from hanging out with Grace Sidsaya to hanging out with everyone, because everyone came through, and I'm just so grateful that. Thank you, guys. Let's see the participants. Let's see those that came through. Thank you, Global Bridges. Thank you, PD. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Norman. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Melina, Just Ben, Fortune, Maxwell, and the others who are not here anymore, but thank you so much. And if there is any other questions, I see some chats in the group. Yes. So someone says, wow, such a great woman of impact. God bless you. God bless you. And yes, Global Bridges is clapping. When is the next? The next is next week, Wednesday. And you can add my WeChat. I think I'll send my WeChat code. This is my WeChat code. You can add my WeChat, and I would connect with you and put you in the group for the next. So yeah, merci pour les partager. This one I can read. Yes. Yeah, pour les partages. Sorry, not partager. There's no R at the back. So yeah, we're really grateful, and have a blessed week ahead. Your Thursday and Friday, and we're all going to connect with you and really support what you're doing. And Mama Emilia, don't forget, we have what do you call that? Date scheduling. We have to schedule some dates for you. Yeah, me and my papa, we have already discussed in the background. So I will come to you. We will just get ready. We are coming to activate the romance. Yes.
Ooh.
And you deserve it all.
And those of you who have grandfathers, if your grandmother passes away and they become a widow, give them my number.
Oh my, guys, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Yeah, we are serious. We are serious. We are serious. Yay. God bless you all and thank you all for joining and have a lovely, lovely evening. Have a lovely evening, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on a weeknight. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup.
Yes, most
Au revoir.
welcome. Au revoir. Au revoir. Bisous,
Ciao.
bisous. Bisous.